How did you find out that you were moving to America?
My parents, I mean, I knew about coming to America because, I had grown up with a lot of cousins in the house that I lived in. And then, every couple of years they just would leave. They would all, come to America. And I didn't really understand what that meant. But I did know that they had to get on a plane. Um, but I was so young, I didn't understand what that meant. So that every time there was a plane that would come across the sky, I would like wave and I would say, "Bye, Kuya Johnny, Kuya Johnny." And then when they would call me, from America, I would every time ask them, "Did you see me waving from the plane? I was waving at you." So I understood that America was somewhere far and that you needed to take a plane to go there, and that I had family there. But I didn't really have much of an understanding about that beyond that. My parents, I think my parents were planning to, move to America for a long time, um, but didn't really understand, didn't really know how to explain that to us. I came to America as a tourist first, so we came here for vacation. So I stayed here for about 3 months, but it was only my mother and I. Um,
Oh.
you weren't even born yet.
Was then it was your dad? Wait, was Ate Joan born in the Philippines?
Yeah, she was born in the Philippines. But when we had applied for our tourist visa, only myself and my mom got approved, and so we had to leave my dad. And so we came here for 3 months, and then lived separately for that long, and then we went back to the Philippines again until we can get save up more money so that we can all come here, so that my dad and my sister could apply for a visa again because they got denied the first time. Truthfully, we didn't really talk about moving to America very much. My parents just talked about moving, and so I remember packing. I remember trying to get rid of a lot of our clothes, um, but I don't really remember them telling us that it's like a forever thing until the day that I think it was the last day of school for me. I mean, we were gonna be leaving like the next day or within the next couple of days. And I remember that morning I woke up, I'm getting ready for school. And then my mom and my dad were like, "Okay, don't forget, it's your last day of school. You're gonna leave. You're gonna go to America. So say bye bye to your friends, okay?" And I was young. I was 9, so I said, "Okay, great." So I got ready and I went to school. But I'm a kid, so my attention span is so short. Um, so I just went through school and I forgot. I forgot that I was leaving until the very last, the bell rang, we're leaving, everyone went to their buses already and I was walking towards my bus. And then I remembered and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna move, I'm never gonna come back ever again." And I was like, but I forgot to say bye to my friends, so I like ran around trying to catch my friends. I think I only found one person and I said, I'm leaving for America." And then that was it. And then I didn't really know what that meant at the time. And when my parents told me to say goodbye, that was when they told me like it's forever. Like I didn't know that like we were moving for real, for real.
Did you ever see your friends again, or like, do you remember who they are or what they're up to?
I have like one or two. We didn't get to bring a lot of photos of me when I was, and the albums that I had when I came here. So I only really have a few photos from school. So I remember like this girl, Grace Mahinay was her name, because she was number 1 in ranking and I was number 2. So she was kind of like my frenemy. Like I liked her, but I wanted to be number 1. And I had a best friend, and her name was Blissilda. Um, and those are the only friends I remember. I mean, I had other friends. I had a next door neighbor, and actually, I had a next door neighbor that I grew up with, because he was living next door, and his grandma was also very close to my grandma. And he actually Facebooked me just like a month or so ago for the first thing, since I moved to America. But aside from like those 3 names, I don't remember anybody. Like I have like flashes of people's faces, but I don't remember anyone's.